Hello! Before I dive too deep into this video, I just wanted to say that I did make a name change. I made a few, don't know if you noticed, but I went from Disturbia to Maddie Hatter because I went through a little emo phase, if you couldn't tell with my last upload. But I'm changing it now to my cosplay name, which is Moldspore Cos, but this one's going to be called Moldspore Draws. My cosplay has always been known under accounts as Moldspore Cos, or even before that it was Cosplay CXCK. I think you get the innuendo there. Anyways, before I get too deep into this video, I just wanted to preface and say that I'm going completely unscripted. Usually for videos like this, I have a script that I'll read off of while I'm watching my own gameplay or watching my own speed draw. But this video is completely unscripted and it's a complete on the whim kind of thing. So here's the video. Comic-Cons have always been fun for me to go to. They were events that I looked forward to every year and that I planned and sometimes even made my own cosplay around. These past 2 years have been different as I've kind of fallen out of cosplay for a long time. I was stuck in this loop of my cosplays were looking great, and then it would get to the point where I would get really upset and frustrated because I'd spent hours doing makeup for a character and I thought it looked terrible. It didn't look great, or it didn't surpass the last time I cosplayed that character, and I'd get mad. I wouldn't post anything, spent hours on makeup and cosplay for nothing because I would never post it. And it got to the point where if I cosplayed a character really good, I would never cosplay that character again, simply because I thought I couldn't do better. I was always trying to one-up myself, which is really hypocritical of me because I love closet cosplays, I love new cosplayers, and I love following them and seeing them build their talent up from their foundations. Bringing this back to Comic-Con, like I said, the past 2 years I've fallen off of cosplays, and I've literally only cosplayed twice in the past 2 years, and that was when I went to Comic-Con. In my last Comic-Con video, I was talking about how it seemed really hypersexualized that year, and it was. And now here I am talking about this year's Comic-Con, which kind of sucked, but also kind of opened my eyes to, hey, maybe you should start cosplaying again. Which brings me into why. So the story of this year's Comic-Con is rough. I woke up with my boyfriend at a condo because the condo was closer to the Comic-Con and we were able to get it for free because of connections. So that was great. I was cosplaying my White Rabbit cosplay. Now, in the beginning when we were planning for this, I was supposed to be Rapunzel from Tangled and he was supposed to be Flynn Rider, and I had bought both of the costumes. The only problem was the Flynn Rider costume got lost in the mail. I got a full refund, but I never received the costume. Literally ordered it like November 5th and it's still not here. So I ended up going instead as the White Rabbit because I made that costume myself and I wanted to enter the costume contest because, as many people know, to even have a chance of winning a costume contest, it has to be in some way made by you. In past years, I have been obsessed with different games, different niche things, and different animes, but this year I had really fallen off. I didn't play much games that there'd be merch for there, and I hadn't watched anime in a few months, and the anime that I had watched wouldn't be there. So there was only two things that I really wanted to do with this Comic-Con, and that my boyfriend at the time knew, is that I wanted to be in the costume contest, and I wanted to go to a certain booth that sold Dungeons and Dragons dice because I was going to get a pack of dice for each member of his family because we all play Dungeons and Dragons together. Last year we ended up late because I told him we had to be there by a certain time or else we had to stand in this really, really long line. And we ended up leaving late because he didn't feel like getting up. And then we were even later because he wanted to go get coffee. And then he complained that we stood in the long line. Well, this year I was like, I only want to go for 2 things. We don't have to be there super early. We just have to be there before 11 because that is when the cosplay contest starts, where you can sign up for it, and different from past years as there is only 75 contestants max in the adult contest, which I can understand why they did it, because there'd be like hundreds to 200 of people in the cosplay contest, and it would take like 3 hours to get through everyone. So I can understand why they did that, but I wanted to make sure that I was a part of it, because the whole reason I was wearing my White Rabbit cosplay is because I made it and I wanted to enter the cosplay contest. And he knew this. So we get there around 10:30ish, because it starts at 11. Thought we could find a parking spot, and then we could go stand in line for half an hour. Then exactly 11, I can go sign up for the cosplay contest. But he gets really mad because we're driving his truck and he can't find a parking space. We end up parking at this restaurant, and then right as we're about to get out, the guy comes out of the restaurant and tells us he's going to tow. Well, my boyfriend got really mad that the dude came out and told us that. So then he drove for half an hour in the opposite direction of the Comic-Con. So by the time we got back, it was now time for cosplay contest signups, and we still haven't even found a parking spot yet. So another 2 hours around looking for a parking spot. We're able to swerve into one as someone's leaving, and then we go in, stand in line for about half an hour, get up there, pay for our tickets, and then I go to sign up, and the man tells me that he has no more spaces opened, which made me really upset, and I wanted to cry because that was the whole reason why I wore that cosplay. So I'm like, okay, I'll walk it off. I can at least get the D&D dice that I'm going to get his family for Christmas. But no, that booth wasn't there this year. The only D&D dice that were there were at different booths that were selling them for $44 for a set, where last year I was able to get a whole handmade acrylic set for $20. So I ended up not buying the dice. I ended up being really upset, and we just left, which made me really upset. And then I see all these people having fun with their friends and cosplays, and I'm like, I wish that was me, because I don't have many friends. I literally have my boyfriend and one other person in my real life that I actually go out to see, who I consider a friend, and like she's my best friend. But she doesn't cosplay, and she works a different type of job, so our schedules never line up for us to cosplay together, which really sucks. So in light of all of this, I've decided that I want to get back into cosplay to make it more fun, because I'm not going to have one event that I absolutely love tear me apart like that. And then also is to make more friends. Cosplay friends, nerdy friends, friends in general. So if you're a cosplayer, or if you like Identity 5 or anything like that, comment below, because I need more friends. Bye.